Hello, my crafty friends. Corrine here from Corrine Crafts. I hope you are well. Now, I'm coming to you today, being the first Monday of December, with my December colour challenge. I apologise if this picture isn't very clear. It's come out a bit blurry. But the main thing is I wanted these 5 colours showing. Sage, tangerine, lemon, lime and white. Absolutely gorgeous combination. Look at them in those flowers. And they are my colour palette for today's challenge. And here is my first card. I've already got my second card prepared, so you'll have a second one very quickly. But here is my first one. And if I put it near there, you will see we are absolutely spot on. Now, all the details of what to do in my colour challenge are on my Facebook page. I will talk about them a bit more in the video. So watch the video. It'll tell you how to enter the challenge. I would love to see your entries and I'll pick the next winner, the December winner, in the new year. Now that is scary to say, so please join in and love to see what you can make. But let's see how this one's made. As I've shown you, the colour palette for this month, December, is this gorgeous what do I call it, tangerines and lemons. Now excuse the picture, it's not the best picture, it might look a bit blurry, it's my printer's not playing silly things at the moment, but I can still see the colours. So I've got this gorgeous sage green, a nice what I call tangerine, a lemon, a bit more of a limey citrus, so yeah, and then a white. So I'm supposed to think it in food, you've got avocado, tangerine, lemon, lime and white. I mean, absolute perfect colour combination. And these are just some examples of that colour combination working in a real life setting. Look at the floral decorations, absolutely brilliant. So I'm going to put that to the side because I want it there so that I can see what I'm doing. And I've decided that I'm going to match this because obviously my card's the white, and I'm going to use Spring Meadow for the lime. I'm going to use lemon meringue for the lemon. I'm going to use sweet clementine, because I suppose it is clementine or tangerine, whatever. And then for the sage, my favourite green is grasshopper. So those are my 3 colours that I am going to be 4 colours, sorry, to be getting this 5 colour palette, with white being my other colour. There will be black in it as well, but those are the colours. So I'm just going to actually move that out of the way. I can still see it and I will bring it back in. So move those slightly out of the way. I've taken a piece of watercolour card, and this piece of watercolour card is 4.5 inches by 6.5 inches, and I've just put some of my masking tape, silk tape from Altinium around the edges. It's actually pieces that I've used before, so it's keeping it nice and light, but it's holding it down. I don't want the colour to go all the way to the edge, so that bit can be done or not as you wish. Now the other thing I want to do is, this project is all about just using up little bits of rubbish to be able to make your effect. So the way I want to do this is be able to use any bits of rubbish, bits of bubble wrap, a bit of old packaging, whatever you wanted to be able to do the background. And this is an old used cello bag. I can just use a little piece of it. I could be using any sort of packaging, but that is what is going to create my background. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to lay down my lemon meringue, put plenty on, put it there. I'm going to get my water spray, and I'm going to just give a little liquefy it. Now, these are duet ink pads, but if you've got Tim Holtz distress oxides, it'll do the same. And then I'm going to take this. I just want to turn that around so it catches. I'm going to take this and I'm going to pick up. I'm going to control where it goes. So I don't want it to go on that side. So I'm just going to sort of wipe that off a bit, and then I've just put it on there. So I need to just dry that off a little bit. Okay, now remember, if at any point you don't like what you've got, just plot it with a cloth and it'll be fine. So I'm going to get my cellophane and I'm going to just scrundle it all up, and then I'm just going to pick up some of this, and it sort of intensifies it, and I'm just going to dab it, just picking it up and dabbing it all over. I'm keeping this a little bit white because I just think it'll look nice. So there's my yellow. I'm going to wipe that off from there because I don't think I'll use yellow again, and I'll dry that off. So the next one I'm going to do is orange. Now, if I didn't dry it off between colours, I'd end up with a muddy, sludgy mess. Okay, so I'm going to pop some of that on, and I'm going to go straight in with the cello bag, I think. And I'll talk to you in a few minutes when I stop doing bits that are splashing around and using the heat gun, so you can pick it back up straight away. I'll talk to you in a minute about what the colour challenge is. So this month's colour challenge is absolutely beautiful. I'm loving it. So let's dry that off. Okay, it doesn't have to be bone dry. It just needs to be reasonably dry. Actually, I might do it with, see what this looks like. This might not be dark enough. We'll go in with the Spring Meadow next. Now, I'm not putting too much water on because the least water I put on, the stronger it goes. So I'm going to turn that round to the other side. And I'm just going to pick that up. Can you see that is so lovely in that sort of lime colour? I'm going to put that on. Oh, this is going to work well. Yep. So I'm just dabbing it on like that. Okay, and I'll dry. So we've got our 3 colours on here. So if you look, this is really representing these. I've got the white here. So I need to bring in some of this green. So I think we can do that quite easily. So I'm just going to lift this up. I'm going to put it onto a sponge mat, and then I'm going to find some stamps. So I found a few stamps out. These are some of my background stamps. I mean, I don't even remember where I get them from now. Yeah, the ones that I've had and what I've got. Okay, so I'm going to use this one. You see all those lovely bubbles, and I'm going to just get my grasshopper, and I'm not going to even put it on a block. I'm just going to get it and I'm going to pat it on there. I'm going to use my hands, and then I'm going to pop it on here. So I'm getting much more of a random pattern. You see? So it's much, I can control where it goes. So now I'm bringing in that darker green, and let's put that on there and give that a little bit of a wipe. I'm going to bring in this set, and I'm going to get, let's use this one, some letters, random letters. Again, I'm going to do the same. Pop it on there, and then I'm just going to press it on, you see, much, and it sticks to my hand. It's really clever. I love this effect. So you know, you're just getting a little bit more, it's a bit different. I'm going to then come in with, I don't know what, I'll try it with the green, but I don't know if it'll show. We'll just try and pick some up. I'll just make sure I've got it the right way round. Oh, it's hardly showing up. Just run it out there, that'll work. There, it's just running away from there. You can just see it. We're going to go over this anyway with something else, but there we go. So that is my background completed. So let's put that one back on there, and I don't need those background stamps anymore. It's lovely, isn't it? A little bit different. So then I'm going to get a stencil, and I'm just going to go in with my stencil, and I'm just going to enhance some of those colours. So I thought I would do the green. I'm going to pick up the Spring Meadow on a blending brush, and I'm just going to go over just a few bits so you can see it. Still trying to keep a lot of that white space. I don't want to lose, but you can see how it just picks it up. Just sort of finishes it off, doesn't it? And the Spring Meadow is as much as you need to do. But look at all the layers we've created. I mean, since I've been crafting on my own, I have hardly used backing papers. I really haven't. I've just been making them all, and I am absolutely loving it. So we've done that. Now you would think I would be taking off the masking tape or silk tape, but I'm not going to. I'm going to bring in my stamping platform. Let's try and make a little bit of tidiness, and then I'm going to open it up. I'm going to pop that on, like I say, keeping on the masking tape. I'm going to put my magnet on, and I got this in the sale when I was again at NEC. It is by Jane Gill. I don't even know if it's got a name. Anemone, there we go, anemone. It's really, really pretty. It's quite a chunky stamp. It prints quite chunkily. This could have easily been done with a stamp that was a lot finer, and it might have come out quite different, but you know, it's working. So I'm going to pop that over there. So you can see I've gone onto the masking tape here, but I've kept it off the white. I'm just going to bring my magnet down because it's quite sticky. Now, I have added a lot of water to the background, so I'm going to use a waterproof stamp and I want to do a bit of colouring as well. So I'm just going to pick it up. Okay, while I'm getting this stamp, because I'll probably have to do it about 3 times just to get the coverage. So this is for the colour challenge. I've shown you the colour palette. And what I will do is I've done this one, and then I've got another project that I'm going to be launching in the next day or two using a new stamp set from Julie Hickey. And you see, it's not enough yet, is it? And I'm going to do a second project to show you. And what it is what I ask you to do is to create your own project using this colour palette, in any medium. You could be using inks like I've done. In my next project, I'm using alcohol pens. You could meet the colour challenge using paper or card, because I've done one before. I think last month, where my first project, I met the colours. I did the blues and the reds and the oranges just with paper. So, you know, you can do it however it works for you. Yeah, I'm finding out this is watercolour card, and I've dried it out. It is taking quite a lot of ink. I'm going to do one more, and this actually might come out better than my test one. I'm going to just put a little bit more in the middle, because then it might not be too thick. I think I might have over stamped the other one. So yeah, you do your own project using the colour palette, like I say, any medium fabric, glitter pastes, watercolour pens, watercolour inks. Oh, there are so many mediums. Actually, I'm going to leave it like that. I really like that. I think that's pretty. That's pretty. Okay. Whatever the medium you want to use, that will be absolutely perfect. And then I will create a post on my Facebook page, and you pop your version onto there. And then at the end of December, I will have a look, and I will pick one as the winner. And I've been really, really bad at picking them, and I do apologise. I always do pick it, but I always pick it so late, and I don't know why. I just do. I try not to pick it on the day when I'm releasing a video, and then when I'm not releasing a video, I'm busy doing other bits. So anyway, so that's what you need to do. But if you go back and look on my Facebook page, you'll see all the ones for about the past 7 months, I think it is. Okay, I've got my flower on here. So all I've done, I've put a bit more of my grasshopper down. I've got some water. I've got a paintbrush. And I've got some paper towel. And I'm just going to pick up a little bit of this ink, and I'm just going to start with the darkest over here. It's not going to blot out the background, but it's going to make it, it's going to dull the background a little bit, and it's going to bring it into shape. So we can just do this. Now, the other way you could have done this is you could have stamped the flower when the card was white. Then you could have put a mask over the top, and then created your background, revealed the mask, you'd had a perfect white image, and then coloured it in like that. But I actually wanted some of the background bits, like, you know, these dots coming through, because I think that looks really clever. So what you'll notice I'm doing is, as it's darker, I'm starting at the base where they're darker, and then I'm just letting it run out with a bit of water towards the tip so that I get it finer. So darkest ink towards the bottom, run out with a bit paler at the top. Always darkest ink near the bottom, because if you think about it, the anemone is going to be shining over those leaves, and it's going to make it the darkest bits, like I say, where the anemone overlaps. There we go. Oh, I've missed one. Missed one. But actually, it wouldn't matter if you missed one, because they're not, it's not glaring white, is it? Okay, so there's my green. To use both colours, I'm doing it a little bit different. So I'm going to come in with the yellow, and I'm going to look, and I've got a nice yellow patch here. So I'm going to really work the yellow there, I think. Let's mix that. So I'm going to make this my yellow bit. Just lift it up. I'm not too concerned about shading, because I've got the shading underneath. So yeah, even though these are an ink pad, they will paint beautifully for you. So can you see? So I'm only going up to the lines, but it's just picking up, and then you can even add, that shading if you want. Just going a little bit darker. And remember, just like with everything else, sometimes you have to walk away and have a look at it when it's dry. So I've added in a bit of, oops, nearly knocked my water over there. I've added in a bit of extra yellow. Let's lay down some orange. Picking up the, well, what was it? Sweet clementine. And I'm just going to come in here, pop this down here. So it's not blotting out that background, is it? if anything, it's sort of, it really enhances it. There we go. Oh, I really like this. Let's add a little bit of depth at the bottom, add a little bit of depth where the petals cross over. There we go. There we are. And that is my gorgeous, gorgeous anemone. So all I need to do now is, hope that stays on there, peel this off very gently. Remember, I've always said if you peel at an angle, it peels better. Now this is already used tape. Oh, it's just bled a little bit there, but that's because it's used tape, but it's not the end of the world. Not the end of the world. There we go. Okay, and that is my finished design. I'm going to show you the two. So that's the one we've just done. That's the one I did before. I actually prefer this one. Can you see it? I've gone over too many times with the black. It looks too heavy-handed, so I'm not going to use that. I'm just going to dry this off a little bit more. I'll be right back as soon as that's dry. So I've got that nice and warm, and I've just quickly put a stamping block on top, and I'm just going to leave that for a minute. You can also run it through your die cutting machine with just the plates and no die, and that will help flatten it. And I can show you just for 1 minute what I've done is I've got a card. This was for an 8-inch envelope. I've just trimmed it down a bit. It's about just under 7.5 inches by whatever width it needed to be. So I start from my topper and I work out. I very rarely have uniform sizes, so put it onto there. And then so I've got a gorgeous orange. I got these from not the Bohemian, the collection from Crafter's Companion with the was it Mediterranean? I think that might have been what it was. I like a Mediterranean collection. So I've used the orange and I've used white, and I'm going to put black onto there. And I really prefer, I say it every time, but I really do prefer it with that white border rather than the black straight onto the orange. But I'm not going to stick that on because this will be flatter now. Yes, that's much flatter. But if I put that onto here, if I lay that there, I can see, look, it's lifting at this corner. And the only reason it's lifting is because I've applied lots of water. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some super sticky red liner tape. Now, super sticky tape is exactly what it says. It is really strong, instant grab tape. So if I've got that nice and tight and I put it onto my card, my black piece of card, it will pull the watercolour card flat and flush to the black. So it will, in due course, flatten out all of those curves and bends. So just pop that on there, burnish that down, make sure, if you're not sure, see there, it's not burnished down properly enough. Once you've got it burnished down, it's really easy to release the back until it's burnished. So I can see that looks a bit speckledy, and once I do that, it's like solid red. That makes it so much easier to burn it, to lift. So look at that now. And I'm only going to be taking off the 2 diagonal corners, just to there, and then this one. Here's me saying, look how easy it is. All tapes are much easier to release if you've cut them rather than rip them. I know a lot of our tapes, we do like tissue tape, we like to rip, but it makes them so much harder to release, I think, because it's not a uniform. Right, I'm going to put a bit of tacky glue in the middle just to make it grab the black. So what I've got now is, this isn't sticky. The only bit here at the moment is sticky, obviously the middle, but that's glue, and these 2 corners. So I'm going to bring in my black card. I'm going to put my hands there. So that's not sticky, that's not sticky. And I'm going to line it up using those 2 corners because I have done a very slim border. So once I'm happy that those 2 corners are lined up, I'm going to pop it down. I'm going to pop it down like that. Is it lined up? I'm going to take those. So I've got these 2 little bits, can you see, sticking out? So I'm going to have to try and move it up. I've got these 2 little bits. All I do is I pull them. 1, 2, and it releases them out. And that's now going to grab. So I'm going to turn it round and I'm going to hold these corners, 1 and 2, and that will now grab onto there. And then I've got this, with the perfect mat, and it feels flat. I can feel it straight away. It's flattened out that card. Absolutely brilliant, especially because I put the tacky glue in the middle. There we go. How about that? That looks lovely, doesn't it? And the reason I've done that way round, rather than sticking the black onto the card base, was because I want to put some foam tape on here. Anybody that's watched a few of my videos knows that at some point there will be some foam tape, some foam pads, some 3D glue. There will be something. There will be something to add a bit of dimension. That was my roller sticks too. You know, that's the one I love. It's a 1mm, so it's not too much, because if you've got everything flat and then you just add, I don't know, 5mm tape, it's going to look really strange. It's going to look out of place. So just that 1mm, for me, aesthetically, it really, really works. So we're going to pop that onto there. Bring in my carpets. We're nearly finished. And then we're going to pop that onto there so that I can then see the white. And by adding that glue on the back of the foam tape, it grabs it even stronger. Not that I ever worry about that tape not holding, but it also makes it, what's the word? Adjustable. Right. So I have got, this is a Lisa Horton set of stamps. I don't know what I've just done with them. I've stamped the same stamp out. It's one of these reverse stamps. I don't know if I can find them. I had them a few minutes ago. I can see them. Just bear with me. Ooh, oh. There we go. What are they? Sentiment strips. Her everyday sentiment strips. So what they do is they stamp almost like the negative. So I stamped the orange and it leaves the white bit. So I've got it in black with white, and I've got in orange with white, and I've put the reverse colour on the background. But actually, I thought it was going to want black, but actually I really like the, no, let me see if I try the black down there. Oh, I wish I could hear you through the camera. Which one do I want to do? Actually, now I'm doing it. I'm going to do the black because I'm going to put some pearls on, as you know I always do. So I think it's going to be the black one. Right, so a little bit of 3D glue. I could have used foam pads, but I'm lazy. So I'm going to pop that. I didn't know whether it was going to go up there, but I think I like it just down here. That's going to go there. Put my lid on my glue because it's so hot in my craft room tonight. I am cooking. And then I've got some gems. I've got 2 different sizes. I'm going to get a couple of the larger black ones, start on there. I'm going to put the larger ones on the colour, and then I've got some smaller ones, and I'm going to put those on the white. We don't use 4. 4 is not a number that we use when we're doing it. 1, 3 and 5. It's I don't know the reasoning. 1, 3 and 5, we use it in craft, we use it in gardening. Aesthetically, it just works. And that is my first project for my colour challenge. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this back in, and I'm going to put that there, look. Now, have I met that colour challenge, or have I met that colour challenge? I know I've got the black in there as well, but I've got the white, I've got the lime, I've got the lemon, I've got plenty of lemon all around, I've got tangerine, and I've got the sage. Absolutely gorgeous. I think that has nailed it. Look at that. Look, I couldn't have matched that orange up any better if I'd have tried, could I? Absolutely perfect match. I love it. It doesn't have to be complicated. It's just what you want. So there you go. The first one. Please, please, please join in. I would love you to join in. Don't forget, you can go back and look at all of my colour challenge videos. You can look at all of the entries other people have put for their colour challenge entries on my Facebook. So the videos are on YouTube. Other people's entries are on Facebook. But please go and have a look. And I would love you to come along and have a go and join in. So until next time, I'm going to put a link up here to subscribe, and probably down here I will put a link to all of my other colour challenge videos, so you can go back and have a look at any of the others. There's been some amazing ones, and the colour so far, I've not overlapped my colours at all. We're coming up with different colours for every single one. So I hope you enjoyed that. My birthday's moving. I hope you've enjoyed that, and I will see you all again very soon. Take care for now, and thank you for watching.